And now, introducing your host, LFA. What's up, brothers? Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's a little bit rainy and windy outside, but I wanted to shoot the shit with you guys, so I came in the studio and set everything up, and here we are. Anyways, in tonight's video, I want to talk about the two biggest mistakes that men make in dating. You know, because let's be honest, like, anybody that's been paying attention, there is like a higher percentage of lonely men now than there's ever been, right? Like men between the ages of like 18 and fucking 40 is like a very high percentage of them are lonely. If you do a YouTube search on like lonely single men or something like that, you're going to get a crazy amount of results, or even men that are virgins at like 28 or 30 years old or some shit like that. And here at LFA, we try to prevent that from happening. And I understand like different men have different obstacles, but the rules are pretty much the same. So like I said, I want to talk about the two biggest mistakes men can make in dating and how you can correct this, and they can actually be your two most effective weapons in dating. So first of all, before I get into that, I want to ask you a question. All right. Do you have the balls to ask a woman if she wants to fuck? Like on the first night, like you just met her, you're on a first date. Do you have the balls to ask her if she wants to fuck? Well, the guy that she's going to fuck definitely does. So keep that in mind. Like in any interaction that you're in, just always keep that in mind as a prerequisite. Just that should go without saying. Now, anyways, mistake number one is men beat around the bush, right? Or in other words, they use indirect game. They think they're supposed to be subtle, like they don't want to ask for sex. They don't want to ask for a relationship. Instead, they want to, they don't want to show their cards, you could say. They want to pretend like maybe they're not so interested in her because they think this is going to trigger anxiety within her and make her chase him a little bit more. That is a very stupid move. I never recommend that any guy does that. If you do that, you are setting yourself up for disaster. It makes you look indecisive. It makes you look weak. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing, because I guarantee you any alpha male charging out there in the front and getting all the pussy, that motherfucker is not sitting around, acting aloof and shit, acting like he doesn't know what he wants, acting like he's not interested. No. He's making moves. So, number one, do not beat around the bush. Instead, be direct. All right. Always be direct about what you want. When you are direct, it can open the door or it can close the door. Either way, it doesn't waste your time. If you want sex, you ask a woman if she wants to fuck. Don't be afraid to do it. If you want a relationship, you ask a woman if she wants a relationship, or just tell her you want a relationship. I wouldn't even ask. I would just tell her I want to fuck. I would tell her I want a relationship. If she's not cool with it, okay. We're not wasting each other's time. Which leads me to mistake number two. Mistake number two is the worst one, the most pathetic one, but guys out there do it all the time. I've never claimed to be a dating coach, but somewhere along the line, people have started sending me money and requesting that I coach them. Like, guys are really struggling out there. And this is something that a lot of guys do. And this will make you look very weak and very pathetic every time. And I don't want you to do this. Like, I want you to correct this issue if you're doing this. And that is sticking around when a woman is not complying. Okay, so this is why this follows up with number one so well. So if you're a guy that beats around the bush and you're not getting the results you want, but you're sticking around, this makes you look very weak. This turns you into that stalker guy, that like creepy guy that is just lurking constantly, but he's not really sure if the woman wants him or not. A lot of guys turn into that, and you don't want to be that guy. Instead, you be direct. And then if she's not giving you the results you want, you exercise your most powerful move, which is walking away. All right. Walking away if she's not complying. That's how you correct that issue. Now, the reason why walking away is so powerful, number one, it allows you to detach and it gives you your freedom back. But number two, everything is more attractive when it's walking away. Okay, when you're chasing a woman, you're not so attractive. When you're walking away from a woman, you're a little bit more attractive. Why? Because chasing her is a weak move. It puts her on a pedestal. It puts her in a position of power. She has the power in the relationship. But when you're walking away, it removes that power from her. And, subconsciously, it's going to make her maybe want to chase you a little bit. Now, if she has very low interest in you, she's probably not going to chase you, but you still get the point. It's still a power move in your favor. So that's basically it. Now, this may not sound like such a big deal, but when you're a guy that's out there in the modern dating market where women have access to every man on the fucking planet, okay, you got dating apps, you got Instagram, anybody can get a hold of anybody. It's not the old school days when, women had 2 phone numbers because those were the 2 guys that they gave their phone numbers to that fucking cold approached them. No, they got DMs now. And dudes can just fucking message them at will. So, obviously it's more competitive. It's changed up quite a bit. You don't want to waste your time. So if you want to get the results that you want, because that's all you can do, right? You have a direction that you want to go in. You have goals, or relationship goals, you could say. So, you have things that you want to accomplish, whether it's sex, relationship, marriage, kids, whatever it is you're looking for. You have to be direct about it. Let her know exactly what you're looking for. If she's not willing to comply, you walk away. That's it. And when you walk away, a woman's imagination can kick in. Especially if she's not interested in you and, she says, nope, maybe you want a relationship. You're direct with her. You let her know you want a relationship and she says no. You walk away. It's like a wrestling tag team match. All right. So imagine you're in a wrestling tag team match and you're getting the shit beat out of you, right? You're just getting fucked up. They're just stomping on you. You're about to lose. When you walk away, it is like tagging in your tag team partner. Whoosh, you tag him in. As you walk away, her imagination kicks in. And now that you're gone, the imagination has a very strange way of working, right? So the imagination doesn't remember you as a loser. It doesn't remember you as ugly. No, the imagination is looking for a dopamine hit. It's looking for something to get excited about. So as you walk away, her imagination is going to remember you as more attractive than you really were. All right, because you're more attractive when you're walking away. So maybe you're a 6 in looks. Maybe you're a 6 in money and status. I don't know. Maybe you don't have it like that, But when you're walking away, her imagination is going to boost all of that stuff up. So she's going to be like, oh shit, after he walks away, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have let that motherfucker go. She's going to be thinking a little bit differently. Again, it's not going to happen every time, but a lot of times it will happen that way. So guys, that's how simple dating is. Very, very simple. Be direct and walk away if you're not getting what you want. Now, the reason why it is so dangerous to beat around the bush, let's be totally honest, let's go in here. Guys are lonely and guys get suicidal. Guys get depressed. They're really struggling. That's a fact. Everybody kind of knows that. And why do they get suicidal? Why do they get so depressed? It's because they meet a woman and instead of being direct with her and accepting the results, they beat around the bush. They're playing this slow game, trying to get to know her, hoping eventually something will happen. And in the process, they develop a strong emotional connection to the woman, right? Which you're screwing up if you do this, guys. You don't want to do this, but this is what most guys do. And eventually, you know, she has no interest in the guy, but he just keeps trying. And in his head, he thinks she has a high interest. So eventually she cuts him off. And that's when he goes bonkers, right? He just loses it. And we see this happen all the time. You know, the suicide rates are going up. Like, a lot of men are getting depressed. Men are lonely. Men are virgins. We all know that. But if you follow those 2 steps, if you correct those 2 mistakes and turn them into to a weapon that you can use to your advantage, you'll be exempt from that. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this one off, but I hope this video was somewhat informative. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.